Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are sampling Chimay Cinq from Bières de Chimay out of Belgium, Belgium. Thank you for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. I've got Jay, I've got Andy in the attic, I am Ben. Gentlemen, what are we drinking today? Andy?
Yeah. Chimay Cinq, better known as the white can or the white cap
Chimay
Chimay.
White.
Yeah, from the Bières de Chimay brewery out of Belgium, Belgium.
All right. I've never seen Chimay in a can until I saw this one.
I'm going to get somebody. You hear that?
Yes, we can
Very
hear that.
loud and clear. Let me see. Oh,
There we go. Just for the record, Jay, Andy was the last one to touch it in our path here.
looks good in my Chimay glass.
It does. Look at you.
Yes, looks great in my glass.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
We're gonna be here a while. I don't know.
Maybe we pause for station ID.
Station idea. Did you put it in your beer fridge? Was it on its side or upright?
I don't know.
Okay.
Does it matter?
I think it does because they even put there on the can,
Oh,
do not put on the side
wow.
and do not put it in a tall glass like here. And don't put it in that glass.
Jay says, screw you, Chimay.
Screw you.
Why would
I do it my
they don't know
way.
what they're talking about?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a suggestion.
That's right. Mm-mm. Well,
Are we gonna
what you think,
try
Jay?
now?
Yep. That'll make for a good thumbnail shot for sure.
Right.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. It has been forever since I've had the white Chimay Cinq. And I looked and I never logged it. So I'm like, did I ever have the white Chimay? But I swear I've had the white because it's in the bottle. It's got a kind of a yellow label and a white cap. So I know I have it. I just never logged it. Chimay Cinq, or better known as the white label, white cap Chimay, is a Belgian triple. So the Belgian triple is similar to a Belgian style golden strong ale, but it's generally darker, a little darker, and got more of a malt sweetness to it, which, check, this. It's a little sweeter. You definitely can get a malt, not as dry as Belgian strong ale. So this is 8% and 38 IBUs. It was first brewed by the Cistercian monk of Chimay region at Scourmont Abbey in Belgium in 1966. For the 500th anniversary of the Principality of Chimay in 1986. They launched it in a 750, I guess, centiliter or 75 centiliter, 750 milliliter bottle. And
So a bomber.
because, yeah, originally it was 330 milliliters, similar to what we're drinking now, bottles. And they called it, they changed the name to Cinq, which means 500 in French, to commemorate the 500th anniversary of Chimay founding, which evidently was in 1486. So before 1986, this beer, so from 1966 to 1986, this beer was formerly known as White Cap, of the Chimay brands. It has fruity notes of muscat and raisins with a hint of vanilla. Muscat is a type of grape that's used in wines, especially Moscatos. It's got an aftertaste of orange peel and red apple. So muscat and raisins, hint of vanilla. So yeah, Moscatos are typically a sweet, very sweet wine. So it's got a little sweetness to it. You can get a little vanilla, a mild orange peel at the end. I'm glad I can't taste a Red Delicious because those are some of the worst apples out there. All right. Strap yourself in. Let's get some history. I took my time on this one about Chimay. And when you think of Chimay, what do you think of?
I think of the red, the blue, and the white beer.
Okay.
That's what.
And Jay, what do you think of when the Chimay beers and the brewery and all?
Honestly, I think of the waiters or waitresses pouring them a specific way into a specific glass, which I don't have. So
Okay, no, that's not what I was going for. But anyway, it's right there on the label. Trappists. I think with Chimay, I think of Trappist amongst the brewers. So the region of Chimay, Belgium. The brewery, let's say the brewery started in 1862. It's a regional brewery. It is again run by these Trappist monks, the Cistercian monks of Chimay. In 1850 is when this abbey was founded. So a regional priest and the Prince of Chimay entrusted a mission to a small group of monks and to take up residence on the high plateaus of Scormont in Chimay and to support, and gave them the mission to support the region of Chimay. So the order of Cistercians of the strict observance, but generally known as Trappists. We'll get to why they are called Trappists. So they founded it in 1850, but yet the brewery didn't start until 1862. They started with agriculture and a dairy farm, and then they started the brewery in 1862. So where do we get Trappists from? Well, the original name was the Order of Reformed Cistercians of Our Lady of La Trappe, which is at the La Trappe Abbey in Normandy, France. So the Trappist life was centered on manual labor in order to support the abbey and the surrounding community economically, as well as charity to the poor. So that's essentially what a Trappist is. And it's just doesn't necessarily mean you do beer. It's any type of, like I said, they started with agriculture and dairy at Chimay. So there, in the whole world, there are only 13 Trappist monasteries, and used to be 14. One of them was in the U.S. in Massachusetts, St. Joseph's Abbey in Massachusetts, but it closed in 2022. And they actually had a brewery called the Spencer Brewery. So there are 6
I've had Spencer's
Trappists.
Trappist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No longer in production.
Yeah.
I used to get
No
those.
more in production. Yeah.
It's interesting.
So there are 6 Trappist monasteries in Belgium, 2 in the Netherlands, 1 in Austria, Italy, England, France, and Spain. So, and these those are the ones. Yeah, 10 of them meet the criteria for beer. Used to be 11, but Achel is no longer has the monks making it. So um, so they're the monks might be doing other things, just not making the beer. So the International Trappist Association assigns the authentic Trappist product label. And Chimay was the first to use the Trappist ale designation on their labels. The brewery they pay rent for use of the property to the abbey to support the monastery, and the majority of the brewery profits are distributed to charities and regional community development. They get their water from a well inside the monastery walls, so there's low overhead for the water, and the leftover beer mash that they use, they feed it to the cows, which produce the milk for Chimay. Jesus, not the, so circle of life
wow.
there, reuse, and the bottling, so they produce it at the abbey, but they bottle it actually 12 kilometers away, and I think that's where Bailu is, and they do 40,000 bottles an hour, and many of the bottles are returns too from the area, and about roughly 50% of what they produce is exported. And Chimay's beers, they're re-fermented for 3 weeks in their bottles and cans. So I've always seen Trappist, because there's other other beers that you can get that have the Trappist label, and you're like, oh yeah, it's monks. But I was like, what does it actually mean to be a Trappist? So I wanted to find out and share with y'all.
No, that's cool, because that's one of those things I think for me from doing this show, it's like something I just would never thought of. Like, I probably would have thought Trappist more in line of the style of beer more so than necessarily
Mm-hmm.
how it's being prepared or who's preparing it.
Yeah.
So I guess if you go out and you're purchasing Chimay, then you're basically supporting their community efforts and their ability to continue to support their community and do things for those
Right.
around them, I guess.
So
It's not.
does that mean Hopped Up Beer Review is a charitable organization now?
That's exactly where I was going with this. I think
Okay.
that when we file our taxes this year, we can definitely
Right. We can
put that down.
100% deduct this.
Yeah, no, that's not where I was going with that. Actually,
Okay.
I was just thinking, that if you're buying some of their beer, you're helping to support something maybe a little bit bigger.
You could feed those cows more mash.
But that cheese is good.
Yeah, I want some Chimay cheese now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, who has had this one before?
I know I've had it, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
at some point, but yeah.
I think
And to your
I've
point,
had it as
Ben,
well.
yes, I did know that Trappist was related to the monks. Like I said, I'd had the Spencer Trappist last couple of years, and I knew it was out of production. So every time you would log it, it'd say it's no longer in production and that the brewery was closed. So
Yeah, I seem to remember you had a Spencer that you took a picture of back on the lake or the river there, and put that on Instagram if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
probably
on
so.
our account. Cool. All right. Well, Jay, what do you think? Why don't you go first?
Sure. Since Andy's been talking for a long time, we'll let him relax.
I know I want to drink
Can't ever
more.
get him to shut up.
I'm not the rule follower. I used the wrong glass. I abused my cans or somebody abused it for me prior to delivery. Um, but it's very good. You know, you can pick up on the fruit notes. I'm not sure. I pick up, like you said, Andy. I don't get the the apple on the back end, but a lot of the other things you can definitely infer. The orange peel, the vanilla. I almost pick up a
Mhm.
little bit of banana in there too. I don't know if that's intentional,
I was
but
thinking that too. Yeah.
it's more the more I drink it, I seem to pick up more of that banana or what you would guess in a traditional Belgian um, uh, ale. It's for 8%. It's not boozy. It's not that strong. Uh, it's really good to me. I think I'm gonna probably give it an 8.
All right. I will jump in there and go. So yeah, I think after having this one, I think what would really be fun in the future is for us to do a show where we have the three colors and we try them all for the show, and maybe for another day, obviously, because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I know I've had these, I've had them at different times, and I don't remember, from one time or another, maybe even which one I would like the most, at this point. What I do remember is that they're all really good, and I really enjoy them. They're all, for a single beer, they're all fairly expensive as well. But I guess it's an import for us, so I guess that makes a little bit of sense. I think for this one though, I think I get the vanilla more on the nose than I do in the taste. It is a sweet flavor for sure when you drink it. And, I think banana is there for me some too, Jay. That was one of the things I was going to mention as well. Definitely get the orange peel a little bit on the back end. It does have a little bit of that bitter. Um, I think, I don't know. I'm just trying to like piece together like the other Chimays that I've had and where it would fit. Um, and I honestly don't know. But anyway, that's beside the point. This one though, I think it's really really good. I do enjoy it. I think it's probably an 8 for me too. That's right where I was at with it as well. Um, it's gone down very easy, Jay. You're right. It's not boozy at all. Once you're unfoamed, I think you were able to drink it. It's a quick drink for sure. I think it's really interesting in a can too. I'd almost want to see the difference between the can and the bottle. Is there any difference there? So, um, but I think the cool thing about the can is I think that's obviously a little bit easier for you to grab and throw in a cooler and maybe dent it up a little bit and get some foam out of it like Jay did. So 8.0 for me.
Well, I can recall the differences in the flavors, and the first one I ever had was red, and I think that set the bar for me. And then when I talked to other people, everyone's like, "Oh, the blue's the best." But so I first was the red, then I had the blue, and then it was a while before I had the white, which I used to call yellow because the label on the bottles is yellow and the cap is white. Silly me. It's probably a good thing, Jay, we didn't have the blue in a can because, as I recall, that is a lot more carbonated. It is a lot more like a brighter, lighter, and more effervescent to me. And my ranking was red, blue, than the white. And it's like I said, it's been a long time since I've had it. And I never logged it in um, Untapped, but I do know I've had it. And that banana, even though they say there's nothing about banana, I think it's that yeast that they use. It really brings out that initial banana flavor. But the more you drink it, then you get that kind of grape raisiny feel, and of course the bitter aftertaste of the orange peel. Mild vanilla. Truth is advertised. I I give it an 8. I mean, it's still a quality beer, even though the three I would rank it the lowest. It's still a really good beer that I would have again and again.
That is going to be an 8.0 for the Chimay Cinq.
500,
Maybe I got it right. There we go. One more time.
500,
Okay. Definitely, if you haven't had a Chimay beer, go find one. I think they're fairly easy to find. If we can get them here in Mississippi, then you should be able to find them pretty much wherever you are. That's the general rule I think we live by, especially for an import. But definitely go give it a shot. If you can find it in a can, find this one in a can, let us know what you think about it down in the comments. We'd love to hear that. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video, and definitely would appreciate you liking, subscribing, and cheersing that notification bell. Be sure to check out all the social media links down below in the description. Come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. The only scary thing there is Andy. And lastly, if you have any interest in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch, like a glass or a koozie or a bottle opener or anything else that we can slap that logo on, go check out the link below for that as well. Appreciate you checking out this video. For Jay and Andy in the attic, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, mate.